So I can hit the start streaming button right now. Alright. Hello everyone. I'm supersysscvi. Welcome to another live stream. I'm still doing the old format right now. Probably fix it up for a later stream, but for now it's just some artwork right now. I thought I'd show you at least what Photoshop looks like when I'm creating a thumbnail for the videos, because I have a bit of a system here. I guess that helps me out. Yeah, what I wanted to do today was grab some old animations and work on in-betweens.
Alright, outside your potties, go.
But I want in-betweens. And I don't know where to start with that one, but I'll choose a different one to begin with. Oh, hey, Mew Gaming. How's it going?
Hey, Mew Gaming. It's me. Remember Mega Nintendo, the guy who's never been on Super Stream before? Sorry.
I haven't done a lot of YouTube streams, so you know.
Yeah.
The only person that's been on my streams recently for like the past couple of weeks has been like one of the watchers, and that's it. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully they do remember. I'm sure they're one of the old people. Yeah. But yeah. But that's not what I'm gonna work on right now. I don't think I have really any other animations in there right now, but the first thing I wanted to work with was, see, what did I do for the previous design document? Because I was thinking that if I'm gonna start being a bit serious about committing to Roblox stuff, I want to have a Roblox game. Because, you know, that's the point of the platform, right? So I've got some ideas lined up here. This was for the scarf run I was building, which I never finished. But there's a lot of ideas I had. I had forest, amusement park, Transformice. Can't have a Transformice game without Transformice. Mountainous. Had some docks. I liked that idea too. There was a temple one, which was pretty fun. Had moving platforms. And then a starry road. Obligatory words for candy and clockwork and sewers. Because of course there are invisible platforms in the sewers. Why wouldn't there be? Yeah, so these were the kind I was thinking of.
You gotta say hi to anybody.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on area. But this is the design document meant for reaching. Sure, that's what I'll call it. Reaching Skies is what I'll call it in this one. I also thought a funny name was called Reach for the Scarves, but difficulty epic. This here says difficulty pillars. There we go. Should say tillers for difficulty, because spawn area difficulties. Houses, that's all I got right now. Should be generic Yoshish. And then it should be 4 towers and center a bit. Future Greek. Sure, why not? Future ancient Greek, why not? But I see a bunch of views there, and that's all I can think of. Oh, hey Quinn, how's it going? Oh, that's right, you can't even see what I'm typing right now. Ah, how silly of me. I can clearly go like that right now, and you can see some fire alpaca in the background. Hopefully the face cam will be a little smaller in a teeny bit. It takes up a lot of space. But for the Twitch streams. Yeah, how are you doing, Quinn? Let's see you stop back. I'm just what was it? 4 cardinal shins. Which is with glass. Let's go with that one. Yeah, make it a bit gothic. maybe Gothic. Gothic's always a nice architecture style. But, I wanted to write this down because I wanted to remember, what I wanted to design for the game coming forward. And so I like writing that down. You can see I have a bunch of different, design documents all over the place here for different, games, so that just helps me organize, I guess text and stuff, but, 4 symbols, which we pretty much have north as sun. I really think sun and moon should be east and west, given, you know, that's the path of the sun. I'll have to see how it works in Roblox, and if Roblox isn't cardinal east to west, how the sun moves over the sky, maybe I'll keep it north-south. So I'll say difficulty is east. East is life. Which I should probably say icon, sun. So difficulty easier. Icon. Was it budding plant? Yeah, writing a text document. So give me some ideas for what. Actually, that's a good point. You don't know what kind of game it is. Basic game designs. Title. Reach for the scars. Clearly a plan, reach for the skies, but scarves. So the gameplay will be platforming. RPG. Ooh. Should we do him, huh? I just kind of wanted Moon to be a little bit, more towards the harder side of things, mostly because of what the last difficulty is. West is death. And it is defined by invisible platforms. If you can think of the easiest design, make it invisible, and suddenly you have what death would be in design philosophy. Things that isn't good level design at all, but that's what makes the hardest levels in a platformer. So south is moon, and its difficulty should be... Which, would you define medium as normal, or medium as harder than normal? Let's put it that way. I kind of wanted one difficulty to be so easy that... Oh, yeah. It should be a skull. I was actually going for, like, a dead tree. But skull fits really well, doesn't it? Because, yeah, west is a death difficulty. I do like extreme. I kind of want to say in stream too. That kind of sounds cool. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Senor Shocks. A little bit harder than normal, yeah. See, I'm thinking it'll be the hard difficulty, but it shouldn't be, you know... Dear Lord, why was that designed that way? It should challenge you, but at the same time it shouldn't, you know, make you curl up in a ball and cry for 2 hours before figuring out it in 5 hours. Yeah. Icon. Sort of like... I wanted to be... crescent moon overposed on a full moon. So it's like a circle. Actually, hey look, I have a drawing thing right here, so if I grab the pen tool, that is a terrible circle. But kinda like this. So this one would be south. You know, moon. And then Roblox has this really cool sun icon where it kind of looks like that. Now they just look like horns, so I'm just gonna keep up this design aesthetic. There. Noticed, oof. And then, you know, you have, let's say, a triangle. Well, it's a shorter triangle. With, like, a leaf coming out of it. I think one should be curved downwards. And one should be curved upwards. Sort of symbolizing a continuation through setting. You kind of want your drawings to be curved, but that's kind of crappy. I'm sure I'll make it better later. Maybe later in development. Right now I just have to make sure that that would be fun though, wouldn't it? But yeah. First we start with world building. That is a very good idea. Let me write that down. See, I have a place to write it down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Puzzle ideas. Utilize general directions. West, southwest, southeast. Because here, let me show you, you know, basically what I have so far. It's just a map at the moment, which I kind of don't want to do because I'm going to get Roblox Studio. I kind of want to work more on it, but I don't have time right now. So, best go with that for now, but it's supposed to be a... Actually, it's a good point. A good way to utilize one's platforming ability is to... Yeah. Ooh. You do not know what this is, so you leave it be. That's a great way to have a quest item. Ooh. I like that idea, and it definitely incorporates platforming elements because a puzzle requires you to have to... Let's say it's a fetch quest. You have to go to certain locations, so you have to have the skill to access those locations. And one of the important things about the... let's say the... Yeah, the death side. The harder difficulties. There's probably going to be PvP elements in those areas. Because social game. So, being able to platform and survive those areas. I really should have a way of keeping... not right now, because I'm going to show you exactly, what I have so far, and there's no gameplay mechanics. That's the issue. I mean, this is... Whoa, hi there. Okay, drunken camera syndrome. That's all I've built so far. It's just the spawns, which directions they go in, and nothing else. As a matter of fact, the spawns are kind of broken, because if you watch me, I can just go... And yeah, nothing's actually hinged to the ground at all, so that's a problem. That's a big problem. So I gotta fix those. Probably just anchor them. Yeah. It clearly needs a lot more work to it. And what's most important is that it needs... Like, it's an RPG, so it needs basic level grind ideas, which let me put it up there. You know. XP. Instead of traditional XP, times jumped is the EXP counter. Because it's a platformer. I want the amount of times you jump to incorporate into... have instances with higher difficulties. I'll have to see how that works, mostly because one of the biggest issues is that Roblox is a social game. Ah, but Destiny's a social game, isn't it? Ah! See what you did there, fam. So yeah. Oi, Pater Gaming. That's one of the most important gameplay mechanics is that I have times jumped as the EXP counter for levels gained. And that is pretty much the whole point of the game. That's it. I have times jumped as the EXP counter. That is the twist. That's what I'm building everything around. So let's say XP per level. We'll just have it be like 10. Let's do I wanted it to be 20, didn't I? Let's start with 20 plus level. Is it 2 times level? Not quite. I need it to be exponential. Let's say floor level to the power of 1.5. Maybe it'll work. We'll find out. We'll find out, because you start realizing that 10 times 10 equals 100. And so then you need 120 to the next level. That isn't bad, though. Let's go to the power of 2. Very flat, very straightforward level grinding system. Okay. Actually, what I should do... level... No, I'm just gonna do level. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually gonna have it 19. You know why 19? Because 1 times 1 equals 1, and boom! Level 1. Level 20. Don't even have to work it in. Boom. So, there's that. Levels unlock skill trees. Levels unlock skills. Rebirth. We're pretty much going to say requirements. Let's say 10. 10 plus birth count. Put an underscore there so you know it's a variable. Boom.
That's how she looks.
Well, let's just start with that for now. And we'll figure out... Now, I want it to be... Floor... Let's count... Power of 1.5. Let's go with that one. That should at least... level. Cool, so everyone starts at rebirth. But now I have to think about what I would get with each rebirth. Could have money plus maybe you get a skill point. Let's try that for now. Let's say skill point. There'll be a skill point menu that allow you to increase. I'm sorry. Let's call it a stat point per rebirth. So each time you can increase like your jump by 1 or your speed by 1. Let's call it. Sounds OP, but we'll see how it goes. So it's fun there. Houses themed by direction. So moon full plus crescent moon. And we'll say icon skull. Why not? Everybody loves skulls. It was having skulls anyway. You can have just dead trees growing. like accessory things. I was thinking about that, but I think that's... I want that to be more later game, because what's interesting is that I can set accessories to be collected in each area, and they have a different theme to them. So for instance, in the easiest difficulty, the accessories type you can get there will be defensive, because you just want to play it casually. I haven't said the tenets for it either. That means you'll get more defense, more health. It'll be harder for people to kill you directly, but you get nothing in way of killing people directly. So, you know, casual. So yeah, that should be the tenet A. Should be fun, and tenet B should be safety. I was gonna go with, what was it? Was it going with fun? I was going with like a creativeness, but I think for life that'd be more sense. Yeah, so tenet A, this one is creativity, but tenet B is going to be how do I put this in ways? Also, because I gotta figure out a way to differentiate the two. Because I feel skill, so tenet A is going to be skill for the moon. Mostly because death has some crazy tenets. So tenet A is going to be deconstruction. Not quite destruction, but deconstruction. Which has its relying in, you know, creativity as well. But at the same time, the idea behind having an insane platformer is that people should be frustrated when playing it. Because that's sort of like playing a bad video game, and that's the idea behind that difficulty, is to prepare people for those kind of games. So tenet B should be confusion as well. Mostly because, well, I'm not sure about confusion. But where I came from that one was, when you're confused about a game, you tend to think outside the box after that. You have deconstruction of the meta after that. I don't know, maybe someone will come on with a better one than that. Yeah. That means accessory type, close range damage. And tenet B is magic. Why magic? Because magicians, yeah, it's all just, you know, smoke and mirrors. So when with moon difficulty you start seeing moving platforms, you start seeing, you know, things that aren't traditionally platforming in video games. And accessory type should be long range damage. Call it that one, why not? This one should be let's say surprise. Is that it? Yeah, surprise. Life is a very strange thing, I guess, but I'll figure out that one. The idea is that's supposed to be like speed, because the accessory type. Currently it's platforming. Yeah, it's probably. I'm more of a PvE guy, but because I just want a simple game out there, it's probably gonna have more PvP elements than PvE on the face of it. Movement. So for instance, let's say base types. I'm sorry. Details for difficulty. So let's say I go and say let's see. So for instance, upon reaching a base, let's say, it'll be like a fortress. That's the second set of platforming difficulty or challenges, but when you reach the center of it, you sort of become part of that guild. It's called a guild. Guild, I want guilds. Whoa. Yeah, it's sort of... It's going to be lots of platforming, but with some PvP elements. Mostly because if I can code this right, I can have PvP elements almost off the bat. But it's going to be different. The very basic ability you're going to have is jumping on people's heads. And what happens when you jump on people's heads? You do damage. And what it should be is that when you land on something, you have... It is a collision check, pretty much. And checks to see if this is what you're standing on as a player, and if it's true, then you inflict damage on that player according to a function I'm going to have, because the function can be affected later in the game. Because you also have to account for if someone's wearing a bunch of armor. You can't just hurt somebody for 10 damage all the time if they're wearing a bunch of armor that reduces the damage. But right. Alright, that's a good point. Levels unlock skills. Levels increase HP. So levels should have more of a thing than just saying, you know, you get double jump, or you get the ability to foot stomp harder. Should actually have something for being higher level. Like that 1 point. 10. 10. 5. 5. 5. 5's a good number. 5 per level? Yeah. Okay. By cardinal direction. I'm gonna say at least 2 per theme. So for instance, if I said sun theme, I could say, you know, mini game. That sounds difficult to code, but I'll come with that later. And so safety is going to be hospitals, clinics. That's a very good definition of what safety is. Clinic. I feel like that's accidentally going to be a place people will swarm to. But anywho, so for instance, that leads into life. Bosses, here. Add boss. Add bosses. Add arenas. I like the idea behind arenas. Difficulties per timer. So what'll happen, it'll spawn a bunch of enemies. And then, depending on what was voted on by the difficulty, will determine what the arena is. So, for instance, if, you know, 3 people walk in and vote, like, extreme difficulty, and then 5 noobs walk in, it's still going to be extreme difficulty until the arena resets. But you can walk into the arena. I kind of liked that. I really liked that in Destiny. This is pretty much what I wanted Destiny to be, but, you know. Okay. Actually, I think if I put it this way, if I have pillars for difficulty go to the above. The idea, the very basic idea I had for this game was that jumping gives EXP. Boom, done. I didn't even have to try that hard. And then you can regen. It's very easy to create a cool idea in your mind. It's hard to make it, you know, reality, which is something I've been struggling with, but since I have these one-day streams, why not work on it? But what needs to happen is that times jumped needs to be a counter, levels need to be a counter, and you need to have the rebirth mechanic in there. And yeah, so I need to be able to do that. Make sure all that's working. Make sure that saves. And make sure at least the first 4 towers. Because what's going to be is going to be 4 directions. There's going to be 4 basic towers. So pretty much the idea will be behind is that the sun tower, the easiest tower, is going to just be something you could do on your tablet. You just walk forward and you hit a jump button, and then the platform decides that it closes underneath you. Congratulations! That was so difficult. You stood on the X and you jumped. Actually, I'm probably just going to put jump here, and I put it in a circle. So you stand on it, jump here, and then things will slide together, and it'll be like jump again. And then it'll go away. And what it'll be is that the platforms that slide together are going to detect first if there is a player standing on that or in that position, and secondly, if the player is above that position a bit. So it'll slam together. The player walks off, it won't be above the position. Let's open back up. And yeah, that'll be fun. Actually, I'm going to write that down in spawn area. Call it, spawn towers difficulty. So we're gonna have good ol' sun difficulty. Sun. Praise the sun! Okay. With platforms, jump here, circle. Platforms, close under player. Waits for player to jump above them. Boom. Opens if player is too far above or away from platform. There, cool. Yeah. I wanted to have like 4 different types of player. Well, only 2 types really. The issue is it's still a social game, and I want those social aspects in. And clearly, if I'm adding a death difficulty, there needs to be some PvP. But other than that, I wanted to be able to that anyone on their tablet could play, but at the same time, people that want that challenge can approach it at the levels, and to make it more organic. I didn't want to just be like, choose the difficulties. No, I want you to be able to walk up to the difficulties and experience them and then understand. A bit, yeah. But it's about jumping, too. This is getting a bit intense, you're right. So hopefully I get some more work on this. I do come up with lots of ideas. I've burnt out a lot of ideas, but hopefully I can just slowly but surely work on things. I'm also supposed to be working on writing, too. One of these is writing, isn't it? Nope. None of these is writing. Okay, I believe you. Also, if you haven't noticed, you did come to the stream later. It's like an obi. I should give it that way. Always some stuff to collect and some extra stuff. But I had a speed run that I was building and had a bunch of stats for that. But like I said, that required time, and I didn't have any reason to put effort into it, and boy, maybe I should someday. But for now, meh. Because the cool idea I had for one of the levels in the speed run was to have it stacked on top. But this is kind of the same idea too, but in Obi style rather than. So let's. Oh right, I wanted to mention like so. For instance, if I had like, say life trinkets. Well, that's a sun trinket. So let's say guild entry trinket. Guild entry trinket. So this will be upon becoming part of the guild. That'll be like a stat. It's saved. It'll be like a door you can walk through that'll kill anyone who doesn't have that. Well, the entry trinket. And what'll happen is... Okay, so let's say for sun. There'll be like an equipment piece. It's kind of what I want to add. Like, let's say a sun scarf. Sun scarf adds HP and defensive buff. Let's say Actually, let's just say it adds HP. And then let's have Sun Shield. Adds defensive buff for X time, Y cooldown. There. That's the idea. So when you first do that, that'll be what you get for free for completing the guild entry. So let's say life, I don't know what life. Yeah, I do know what life is though, because it's different than the other one. So we'll have the, say the leaf scarf. We'll add an extra jump. Let's go like that. And I said the leaf dash is a dash ability. X distance at Z speed, Y cooldown. So you get, instead of getting, instead of getting, the ability to attack people or the ability to do things, you just go in a direction for X distance at Y speed. Like a dodge roll, which could also help with platforming. So moon. You'll start off with, let's say, the moon scarf. It's called the night scarf. And this one is going to let's see, what should the night scarf give? I kind of feel like I want to give it 1.1 attack, 0.9 defense. Sort of something that says, sort of in the middle, but you deserve this. Whereas, let's call it a moon towel. Moon towel. Cast lightning. That goes X distance, Y cooldown. Now you have your long range attack. It's not really a basic long range attack, is it? I don't like it. But I do. But I don't. Or at Y speed, or X speed, Y cooldown. Boom. Destroys on tact. It's on. Let's go with that one. So you can cast it. If it hits a wall, it explodes. If it's not a wall, it does damage. Okay, and then we have death. You will get the prickly scarf. Why would you wear a scarf of thorns? I don't know. But pretty much increase attack by, oh, sorry. And image taken. Also, I should add something up here to mention. 2 types of collectibles: falling money and floating money. Falling money. Money. Physics object. Floating money. Causes to be spawned on the map. That's a good question. I don't have a extension for it, but here, because this is an animation stream and not a... Oh, hi there. Let's drag on over this. Okay, apparently... Oh! Let's drag on over this. Open this up. And go to Twitch, supersysscvi.com. To show off, that I did make some extra panel stuff, so there's a schedule. And it's rough, but, you know... I'm not going to be able to be tempered by stealing the first time in. There's a Streamlabs donation link, which if you click this, it'll hopefully link to this page. And then you can put in your username. Heck, it doesn't even have to be your username, that's kind of funny. That's loyalty points. No idea what that means. Okay. And then you have donation message, and yeah. I will mix this up at some point, but right now I haven't worked on any animations for that. And I don't even know if that works. It should go straight to my PayPal, but that's all I know. And Discord channel link, Patreon link, which I mean, that's more for this Wednesday stream, isn't it? Anyone see anything for today's stream? No. Okay, and then there's some extra stuff I haven't made graphics for yet, and I still need to work more on my PayPal. Or Patreon, I'll be fair. That's what I have so far. So, the middle of streams, hilariously, you might say in the middle of this stream too, if someone were to donate something. Money. Static. Respawn daily. Let's say daily. I like daily. Daily's nice, yeah. I'd rather it be hourly, but I don't know if I could actually check hourly. I'll have to figure out daily, however fast I can get the date checked working. It's all about programming after all. So, also you need me to work on any of those things. Like a whole bunch of stuff in Streamlabs that I could make icons for. Like for instance, instead of just having the mouse with its hand up, I could have it wave a bit. Yeah. That should be better for... So we have that, and then we have follows, subscriptions. That's when people apparently pay me money. Clearly they should get something cooler, like, I don't know, maybe a mouse holding a camera. I got a Prompto mouse. So I'd love a Prompto mouse. There's donations where it'll be like, you know, something's donated. Maybe it'll be a mouse holding a bundle of cheese. Bundle of cheese and stuff. I don't know what a host is. What is hosting? I haven't learned. Bits, I should make one. That would be fun. It would be fun to do a rotation on that one. A raid. I don't know what a raid is. How does one raid? And then there's pledges, which I know even less about. Hosting and pledges. That's, I don't even know what those are, but yeah. Anyway. I'll make animations for all those someday. I gotta work on the comic. I gotta work on my writing. Maybe brush up some animations too. I think a raid is like when a bunch of people jump onto your stream and start just talking. I'm not sure how that works via Twitch. Well, I know a lot of people on YouTube have done it. A lot of people on YouTube have done it, but I haven't seen anyone do it on Twitch yet, or Twitch to like mention that people are doing it, because I've had several people jump on the stream and just try and troll it at the same time. They seem to be in a group, but like, that's apparently not a raid, so okay, I believe you. But yeah, okay, so maybe gain a small money. I should add a money multiplier to rebirths. That would at least be not, you know, ignorant. But anywho, okay, so yeah, so we have an equipment piece, which should be just a stat your character has, and I guess it'll just spawn a item on your character. I feel like it's a thing that Roblox allows you to do. Oh, okay. That's cool. Right. 5. Let's go with that one. Increase attack. Dark Blade. Does X damage. So I should put up here basic VP ability Foot Stomp. Does 10 damage. Doesn't remove 10 health, but does 10 damage via the damage function. I'm gonna have a function for damage so that it'll punch it through. It'll understand who's doing the damage and who is like not doing the damage. Yeah. Sword Art Online. That's cool, ain't it? I'm sure I didn't take any reference from that. What are you talking about? Man, if I was playing Swordburst right now, I could show you all my platforming strats. Yee. You might say that I've played a lot of video games with platforming just tacked on, and I'm like, tell me more, tell me more. Speaking of, this song's been playing a while. Let's mix it up a bit. Meow, 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 meow. I don't know what song I'm gonna play. Maybe that one. Everyone likes inspirational music. Also, you might say I'm a Sonic fan. But anywho. But yeah. Of course, a lot of Roblox games are like a sort of it's basic MMO RPG stuff, but Roblox already gives you the MMO stuff. I'm also gonna make sure I can hear myself. I have also trouble singing with lyrics. Kiss your fears goodbye, no one looking back. You and I are on the attack. Anywho, does X damage. Two enemies. You can only equip one scarf at a time, I'll call it. But you can equip more than one weapon ability. So when you pay for a weapon, you pick it up. I kind of want to like limit weapons to that, so I kind of don't want inventory to disappear, but you can't equip multiple scarves at a time. But yeah, if it ever gets that far, hopefully it will. Yeah, clearly you have to beat the towers first, of course. And then the idea is that once you get out of the towers, you're allowed to leave the tutorial area. Kind of like Breath of the Wild or something. But anyway. So yeah, by the way. Well, you have been afraid before, but you don't have to be anymore. Okay, so tab. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is disable platforms, just because. Just because. No way. Sadly, I'm not programmed right now. I'm just writing a design document. Also, I'm not technically a programmer. I did want to go into that in school, but I'm technically an artist, which means I'm slightly worse at programming. My apologies. But if you are programmed, that means you're better at programming like I am. So it's awesome to be in your presence. I'm honored. Thank you for stopping by. But just for now, I like writing too, so I'm just doing some
You just watch my food for 2 seconds.
Oh, good luck. Warframe! Oh, if you want to talk about a good shooter with platforming elements, Warframe has got you covered. But, anywho. Just coming up with this, but right now, because I have a tablet pen right now, there's, Roblox doesn't like that. So if I'm going to add any platforming or coding, which is really what I need to do before it can be even released in alpha, you know, I have to code it. I'll take some time, look through some APIs, and figure out exactly how to do it, and, you know, then bug test, you know. Got a lot of fun stuff to do, but at the end of the day, game design's fun, you know? It's kind of helpful with games is tend to be pretty terrible at execution, but that's why I let other people program for me, and I just make the pretty art assets and literally everything else that isn't coding. Because, yeah, I'd say my engines aren't the best, they're kind of trash. Whereas, you know, the guy I work with, he has much better art engine designs, which means that we can make a freaking, like, Unreal Tournament game soon. That'd be awesome. Not like Unreal Engine. Should also make one of those, but because I'm going to be committing to a Roblox, I better punch it. Okay. Oh, I do have houses. Okay. Got the life one, creativity, and then we have, what's the other one? What's the other one? Surprise? Speed. And then we have moon, which is skill. Maybe like a conveyor belt factory. Huh. Magician's house. Let's say I have a wizard's house. They're the ones with the pointy hats for their house. Why not? Wait a minute. I know what I was gonna put for creativity. Smithy. So I'd probably have things like an anvil, a clamp. I need a belt sander. Need a glory hook. Well, okay, I'm not gonna write that one down because technically that could be misconstrued. Forge. That's what I call those. I'm gonna call it a furnace because I like glass too. But yeah, so that's where I was putting that at. Was I? Yeah, sure, why not? Like that idea. I still gotta figure out how to get tools working too. 2K? That's fine, because I think most of those 2K, at least I want to say about 1,800 of them, they're from me doing animation work, which I haven't done in a while. What's currently set up here? Clearly just some drawing work, but let me give you a shot of at least the things that I was known for. At least I did in Flash, but here's a little. I'll show a quick animation to give an idea of what people did expect. And you know, what I've been doing recently has just been playing video games, let's be fair. Yeah. There were a few good streams though, but I feel like there could be another frame in there I missed, but anywho. Back to writing. Because, yeah, to be fair, I should really be doing more game work than I have lead on to. The reason I'm even a digital artist in the first place is because you have to know how to make all the assets. Animation or programming a game. Because clearly I can make animations a lot faster than I can program a game. I think one of my animations, I'm gonna put the title of it, it's like, I'm not a mouse. That's it. 7 hours. Beginning to end. That's how long it took for me to animate that one. Not the best animation, I don't think, but at the same time, 7 hours in comparison to spending who knows how many on making a game. My friends had like, what is it like? He's just been pounding out the last 3 weeks, just like developer update after developer update. And he's probably done like 3 things, like 3 areas in like, let's say, a Legend of Zelda game. 3 areas. It's more of a talking interactive stuff, let's say like Undertale, because I'm going to use that reference, please kill me. I mean, what? Anywho, what I meant to say was, so 3 areas like that, he's just polished a heck ton, but it's just 3 areas. There's so much left in the game to work on that. But he's just like slowly making the engine better, slowly making the 3D camera better, slowly making reflections happen, physics objects happening inside Game Maker. It's not the nicest to 3D work, but yeah. Comparison making a game, making an animation is easy. Here, let me just make an easy ball bounce. Whoa, I'm just, let's... Actually, yeah... This one has a little horizontal thing, doesn't it? Boom. Let's make a floor. And then... Just gonna... Go like that. Add view, onion skin mode. Let's have contact. I want to make sure I can make in between frames first. Whoops. Yep, and now I do the fun part, which is just drawing in between frames. Let's just, go like that. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot a frame. Duh. Need a contact frame. Let's go like that. So now I'm going to add some extra frames here. Much easier just to see if I just add some extra frames. Oops, make sure you don't lose track of what you're drawing. Right. You make a good point, but it takes a lot of time, a lot more time than I'm used to spending, so... Also, I didn't go to class for that, and the digital art program was not as fun as it sounded like literally any other program at the school was, so... Yeah, make sure to go into programming. Just gonna hint that now. Or at least make sure your program doesn't try and screw you over, so... Now I'm gonna make that layer go up there. 7... 6... Actually I want to do some fun with the animation there. Actually, I'm going to make that line again, and then I want to make it go like that. Sort of like that. Alright. 8, 7, 6, wait, what? 6, duplicate 5, duplicate 3, I could probably put 2 in there too, and then boom, autoplay. Just what I was worried about. One way I'm going to fix that is... Okay. Tool broke, that's fine. I have a way of fixing it real quick, like... What if I have a little reverse teardrop? Maybe... like that, I guess. And then that'll... I'm going to put a B here, so I don't lose track of what frame that is. So, all these frames are going to be fine, but I want to add an in-between frame. And between each of these, given the way I've been doing this. First of all, I forgot the ground again. And then add an extra frame in between there. Now I just can't tell when I'm animating anymore. Whoopsie. Yeah, like any art, it just takes practicing and understanding the principles, which to understand them, you just practice them, and boom, you've done them. But yeah. Just gonna... try and hug that top one as best as I can. Boom. That'll loop back. 20 will go back up here. Let's see, there was 216 3. So let's see, 16, 17 goes between 3, 5, don't move that one, 18 goes up here, I think it's 19 that's going to move from there, there's a 21, 19, I guess I'm having a 21 up here. Boom. Hit Hue, autoplay, like that. But if I double the frame rate, boom. Boom. There's a ball bounce. To be fair, I don't have a profession yet. I just went to school in digital art. So. Also, it's lagging, probably because fist bump over here is set on HD when it should be set to 144. But yeah. To be fair, a lot of people say my animations are pretty decent, so hopefully someday I do get a job in digital art. Just so you know, actually practice the trade and not just, you know, sit around making silly animations and hoping someday. But technically it kind of is, isn't it? Because I have made games. Art assets for them. Here's a question. Are you able... Actually, Swimmy Shark. If it doesn't look like Trash Flash and is instead pixel art, I probably made it. Alex did a lot of the fancy stuff, but... I wish I had a better example of my animation skills. I don't think I do right now. Actually, I do have one idea. Itch.io. Let's do that, but search supersysscvi. Copy link address. Supposed to also be making a mobile app, but I have no progress towards that yet. If you want to see some random animation I did for a game jam, boom. It opens up in browser. Hopefully won't explode whatever app you're watching, but either of those are examples of what I've done. And I only have a free app on the thing right now. I've been really busy recently, so I haven't really had a lot of time to work on stuff. What just happened to the stream? Transform. Reset transform. Okay, I believe you. Just try it like that. Take care, Pater Gaming. But, yeah. I don't know, I just really like in-between frames. 3D animation is a lot of fun too, but you kind of also have to make the stuff for it. The rig first. And I have little to no experience in that other than making skeletons, which works, but at the same time, you know, it's not going to make anyone else able to animate it, is it? Alright, skill. Let's say, I'm not sure what I would use for skill. Maybe something like an archery range. There we go, that works. And then speed. I have an let's say a conveyor belt factory. Conveyor belt factory that makes conveyor belts to fit the conveyor belts for the conveyor belt factory. That sounds silly enough. Alright, take care, Peter. What's my 75? Thanks, Rippy, to Gaming for the good questions. It's pretty smart. Yeah, anywho, wish I was that intelligent. Anyway, back to, what's it? Death. We have the two tenets of deconstruction and confusion. Deconstruction should literally be, boxing, you know. Not sure what about for the other one. Let's say, glitchy house. Let's give an idea of what people will be expecting. And, you know, if it's glitches, then, you know, wasn't there a phrase in the story that was like, I love my wife. I love my wife.
Sorry.
Oh,
Something.
sorry about that.
Oh no, it's okay. I would share it with you, but it's a little adult.
Oh, okay.
It's a Game Grumps
Adulty thing. Game Grumps.
It's Game Grumps.
Well, by the way, Wes,
Yeah.
since you watch movies more than I do, wasn't there like a movie or something where like somebody kept repeating, I love my wife. I love my wife.
That sounds familiar.
It does, but I can't remember what, like, because I remember Hey, Who Turned Out the Lights? That's clearly Doctor Who.
Yes.
That's the only episode of Doctor Who I've ever watched other than the Angel one.
Yes.
But, you know, when I want to terrify someone, I say, hey, who turned out the lights?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who turned out the lights? But,
It sounds familiar. Shoot, I'm gonna have to look this up because
it almost sounds Stanley Parable-esque, but I feel like it's not exactly that game.
I would say Stanley Kubrick.
Who?
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick.
He's The Shining, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Kubrick. That sure did not come up anything with that, so clearly not gonna find it that way. American film director, screenwriter, and producer. He's frequently cited as one of the greatest and most influential directors in cinematic history. His films were most adaptations of novels or short films, in order for the realism, dark humor, unique something or else. Oh, he did a Space Odyssey? Huh.
Yeah, he did 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Dang. I heard that one was... Oh, jeez. Yeah, holy... Oh, my... Oh. No.
What?
Everything in Space Odyssey, I forgot. It was, like, claustrophobic. It's like that one scene in Resident Evil in the laser room, but literally every scene.
That's the only scene I remember from that. But yeah,
exactly.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Because it's the only important scene in that.
Yeah, The Shining, Eyes Wide Shut. What else did he do? A Clockwork Orange.
Man, I was just like, we want Clockwork Orange made. Please make it for us. Okay, I believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have analytics. Totally forgot that existed.
I do have to say, The Shining is like one of my favorite horror movies.
It's a good horror movie,
It's
yeah.
a great horror movie.
And even when Video Game Donkey did a review of it, I'm still just sitting there like, I still don't understand this movie at all.
It definitely requires multiple viewings for it, but when you get it down, like the atmosphere is like one of the best atmospheres in a movie because it's just so well shot and well put together. Oh man, I love it.
Okay, let's see.
I forgot what I was doing. I don't know.
What's another terrible level design gimmick for a platformer? Things that kill you, but you don't know what the color is that kills you.
Cheetah Man.
What?
Let's just think of Cheetah Man. But, like, you don't know what kills you, but it's like...
No, that's actually in a real video game, please, no.
but it's like the hitboxes are like you're maybe like 5 feet away from them, and it's like, oh, you died.
Well, that's a good idea. Okay. Hitboxes. That disjointed hitboxes.
Yeah.
I hate that because I'll try and like do a level, but like the floor is just a little bit too high to do what I want to do with it. I'm like, come on. I'm trying to do like a skip or a bounce or a pogo or at least trying to wall climb in this area, and it's like, nah, you'll lose. Good day, sir.
Oh yeah, the game. I remember Steven was so broken, you couldn't get past. You literally couldn't get past. I think it was the second or third boss. You literally could not get past one of the bosses.
This is just terrible. Like, I'm just coming up with these designs that are terrible, and it's just like, why? Why am I even designing this?
Incomplete games. Because I'm pretty sure Cheetah Man was incomplete because literally you can't.
That's true.
You can't get past the third level because once you beat the boss, it just you don't go on. Like you beat the boss and you're just kind of sitting there like, okay, come on, and the game does not.
Oh my gosh.
Let you go on.
That is bad design.
So you're just like.
You always gotta expect for people to defeat boss fights, and that's the issue. I did try that once. There's an impossible boss fight in Mysteria, Blazing Heroes for the Sega Saturn. But you're not supposed to be able to win that battle, so I save scummed the heck out of it. And clearly you can't hurt the boss. Like he has like 4,000 HP, and you do like 10 to him. So what you do is you reflect the boss's attacks back at him, and you just keep rolling the dice until you get it right.
That's awesome.
And then you just like, okay, we'll win. But yeah, and then yeah, nothing happens because the trigger is when all your party's wiped.
Oh.
Since there's no trigger, you can't leave or do anything. You know, you're just sort of south-locked in the game.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, but well.
Oh, I think of
Add impossible death boss that will boss causes in a cave causes arena to lockdown when dies. That's a jerk move, isn't it? Defeat a boss, now you can't leave the room. You got the drops though, congratulations.
The other one I thought of was the one the I Love My Wife, going back to that. I'm pretty sure it's not what it is, but I think it's Psycho.
Psycho. Interesting.
Where it's like I love my mom, kind of.
Interesting.
Where have you seen Psycho?
I haven't.
Alfred
It's also another like
it's another
iconic movie, and it's just that, you know, I've played way too many video games in my life.
And it has,
is it on Netflix? Are any of these on Netflix? As stupid as that sounds. Megamind is not on Netflix.
Might be on Netflix.
Ah.
But I don't know. I know Psycho is not. But I will double check for you.
Well, or little. If you put a bunch of squares at the start, do you think people will read, these are the squares that might kill me? Maybe.
Bates Motel. Bates Motel is on Netflix.
Thorough? Kill for no. Which one is?
Bates Motel.
Bates Motel,
Bates
interesting.
Motel is a prequel to Psycho. It's a TV show that's prequel to it.
What's also something I hate, but I think that would be better for a harder difficulty, but not quite stupid. Rooms that lava goes up, but you gotta run as fast as possible, pretty much.
Okay.
I think there was a Easter egg one in 2018 that did that as well. Good idea, but, you know, I hate it because, you know, it takes skill and finesse to do it, but it's not exactly screwing you out of anything. Like invisible levels, or literally there's no discernible reason why anything is killing you in this level, but it does. I hate that so much.
It's like, you were too slow, you're bad. Oh.
Oh. I have a... I'm not sure if I should use this in the first area, but... invisible platforms, but they're thin and on a wall. So you have to figure out what part of the wall you have to climb.
So like Shovel Knight.
Kind of, but it's a 3D platformer, so it screws you even further.
Oh, wonderful.
I know in Deaths at some point.
Oh,
there's going to be
a time. After your time, remember?
Time.
In the Shadow Temple?
Oh.
In the Shadow Temple. Did you ever make it to the Shadow Temple?
I have. That's usually, like, that's my second stopping point, is I'd make it to the Shadow Temple. I remember that. I remember getting the hover boots. I remember dying in the hover boots in the Shadow Temple. Because I'm stupid, because I think, oh, if I just keep running forward with the hover boots, I'll jump at the end. No. That didn't happen that time. Time to practice.
It's even more fun when you get caught by a wall master. And it takes you back to the beginning of the freaking dungeon. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
And that's why I like dungeons that are like, you know, here's a block that allows you to skip the first quarter of it.
Oh, yes.
That, having wall masters in that area.
Are you thinking of another one?
Pac-Man. Java. Actually it's gonna be Lua, since it's gonna be in Roblox. It'll be Lua, mostly because I've been playing a lot of Roblox now, and I just want to have a good, at least a mediocre, too bad 3D platformer that people can just join. If I'm gonna be doing streams all the time, and they're like, "Oh, let's play a level you made," I don't want just like, nothing but this crappy level. I want some reason for them to play, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Not just to be like, it exists. Because it's kind of trash it exists. But okay, what was, oh! Pac-Man. Pac-Man Wallmasters.
Oh, no.
So there'd be 3. The first one would be random. Pure random. Chooses a random location in the room, slams down and up. You can't predict it. Second one keeps a distance away from you. It looks for a distance away from you and attempts to go there. That might be in front of you, that might be behind you, you might stumble into it. The third one is going to chase you. It'd be like, let's say, a step behind you or on top of you.
Oh, interesting.
So you have to keep moving. It's like the shadow puppet stupid thing.
So yeah, it keeps you.
But there's random that's always going to be at some location, but there's also one slightly behind you as well, so you can't always backtrack or, you know,
yeah, so you can't take your
play
time,
around.
He's gonna keep like,
yeah,
he's gonna be on your toes.
I like that. That sounds devious.
You're going to bed?
Yeah.
But what was the one before that? Okay, I need to add the lava one for Moon. Moon. Death floor. Raises and lowers. Resting points. But yeah. Whereas Moon's going to be like, okay, so the aesthetics, you know, you have sun, you have happy-go-lucky, daisies, raisy, sunshine. You're playing on a mobile tablet and can't play very well go in this direction.
Okay.
There's going to be an easier difficulty that's going to be like natural-esque. It's going to allow for platforming, for fun. I want to build in that direction to be just like, here's a playground, go play with it. The skill tree in that direction is going to be, you have more movement, you have more options, you have more abilities. Then you have Moon. Tower is going to be disjointed, a bit dark. It's going to be skilled. It's going to be, can you platform well? And then Death is just going to be, here's some really terrible ideas. Please don't improvise them. But if you want to try them, here, go ahead. Wall pogos. Wall pogos.
Oh.
Imagine having to do moving wall pogo transfer. So the wall pogo goes like this. But there's a gap between it too. So you have to transfer from this one that's moving up and down to the next one as a wall pogo, which is already harder than a normal pogo, which is set, you know, the mount, but it's on a wall, so the angle could be anything if you don't know it. What's the angle? Nobody knows. Wall climbs are easier because you tend to be at the bottom of it, and then you just slowly build momentum upwards. But a wall pogo, you have to go in all sorts of directions. Wall pogo maze. I hate those. Oh, I've been through some devious ones. There's also, what is it? Sticky flying maze. Sticky flying maze. You just sticky, then you fly. And you have to time each sticky. And your turns, everything has to be sharp, on point, and magic. Because there's usually a low ceiling too, so you can't be flying forever. Rocket jumping in Team Fortress 2 is scary.
Yes.
That's why I'm just like, you know what? I'm okay playing Scout. I know how to skill. I can do basic rocket jumping. I don't have to, like, triple sticky to 5 different platforms while making sure I don't hit the ground, touch the ground.
Yeah.
What is even? Really, a chance you might die from fall damage, but triple stickies also have a chance to just randomly kill you. Okay, this one was heck, man, wall masters fall from ceiling. What's the next one? It's Lua, right? Yeah, it's Lua. Roblox does Lua, which is actually kind of cool because I was like, man, I want to learn that language, but Gary's mod just isn't engaging enough for me to want to code in it. But man, Roblox has a lot of reason to be engaged. I think it might be addictive. I think it might be addictive. Anywho, fall from ceiling, 3 types. 1, pure random. 2, follows you. 3, follows from a distance. Because that's the point. It might cut you off or not. And that's supposed to make challenge and difficulty happen. That's a death. And I do have PvE in there. Because it might not always be players, so monster ideas by difficulty. Of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, that one's 5. This is just a design document, so you know, I'm just coming up with ideas so I have direction to go in. Sun. Cute, harmless, fluffy things. Boom, that's sun. That is the difficulty you get with sun. It might be like stationary, slow-moving fire thing that literally doesn't point at you. Here, that's it. Turret fire that tries to point away from players. There. That's so casual, I don't think anyone could complain unless they keep predicting it incorrectly. Life. I don't know, I like the idea of having organic difficulty. Life, obstacles that platform for themselves. Like, let's say it's somebody hanging on a thing, like say Crash Bandicoot, you're climbing on the thing and it's at the roof. Whoa. Like you're whoa! Jeez, that freaked me out, I'm sorry. Whoa! I didn't expect that, and it sounded like it came through my headphones, so I was just like whoa! But yeah, so platform for themselves. And maybe what's the other kind? Let's check the other pillar. Creativity. Particle effects. There, that's cheesy enough. And then we have Moon. Allows you to be Genji without having to be Hanzo. You know, being a fun character without being a character you have to be good at because nobody likes you. Okay, let's see. Moon will have projectile wielding monsters. They'll have slow projectile monsters, so in the idea Doom, that gets your idea, what do I want to do with them? So if the one will lead, one will not. So one will just aim at the player, you can dodge it. The other type, will be color coded, okay. Color code differently. So one will attempting to be leading the character, and the other won't. So you'll get an idea, what should I do in these situations? And then the other one is skill. Oh wait, skill. Floor spikes. They chase players, but almost instantly spike up from floor. Shadows. Visible cooldown. So okay, so you have floor spikes, shadows, chase players, almost instantly spike up from floor. On a visible cooldown, so the concept, strategy, jump away. Jump. Alright. Keep jumping. Floor. But only if player touches. Okay. But only if player touches. Gives you an idea what you want from this difficulty and where it's coming from. And okay, I have 2 for death. And one of them's literally I'm just stealing from Killing Floor. Because there was another Roblox game with the exact same enemy type. That's terrifying. Actually 3. Ghost. Traces. Don't stand still. Now we have Hammer Bros. It's called that. Arcing projectiles can be hit from the bottom. Can platform up infinitely. Be random. Arc projectiles arc behind players if above. Because now they have to jump towards them. And if you're arcing it, it's not jumping forward and up, but they might be going backwards. So you kind of do it a bit from behind. That means if you stand still and they're too high, then, they're not going to hit you. But if they're too high, that means you can't hit them from below either. The whole point of death is to be close range combat. So yeah. Arc on players if at level. Because you also can just jump on them. But if you just run into them... Yeah, it probably shouldn't work if you run into them. Should make sure that works too. But yeah. Can't run into to kill, but... Okay, so... Whoops. Man, that jumped quickly. And what was the last one? Crawlers. There's... low to floor. So guess what, melee weapons? Gotta aim down. For jump at you. Continuously chases. Probably faster than a ghost. Let's go with that. Is it spawn towers, guild details, killed entry trinket? Let's say PvP by guild. Yeah. So pretty much we'll have it because each guild area will embellish its principle, then the area next to it will be a blend of the two, which is going to be fun with sun and death. But of course we have spawn, only boot, foot stomp. Only foot stomp. So you know what? Spawn for no damage. There we go. But also, low health regen. Let's do that. It's nice. Sun. 0.0 damage. Mid health gen. Let's do what's it, life? 1.0, is it? No. Spawn. Sun. Life Guild. So... wish I was coding right now, but me. It's good to have a design document so you can remember where to go to, what to keep building towards. And hey, people helping out also helps too. Ooh, wait a minute. You mentioned puzzles, didn't you? Oh, I could do it, though, in the guilds instead. Oh, wait a minute. I do have a puzzle. Where is it? Difficulty. Okay. Life. So, we're gonna call it Slamming Walls Puzzle. Walls slam open and shut. However, is a panel. Press the corresponding button to the to the symbol in Spawn and disable the machines. Press the wrong button, poison. It's going to be a status effect. It slowly drains your HP. Why not? Probably, however, should probably say mid poison because, you know, if you so the life guild should have 1.0. Let's have 0.75 damage, but with low health regen. I wonder how I'll implement this. Maybe have like a second timer that checks what area of the map you're in. Maybe a 2-second one. Life Guild. Moon Guild. 1.0 damage. No health regen. Death Guild. 1.25 damage. 0.25 assist for, or sorry. 5 damage. 9 damage buff for Death Guilders. Resist. Because you want an advantage for the people who are there. And 5 damage, low health regen. Okay, so Death Guild is going to be Gen. Probably lots of lava too, but okay, so at least get an idea at the start. PvP by guild area. Sun plus death. Sun plus life. Probably just gonna be a giant platforming tower. 0.5 damage. The health regen. Make 2.5. Yeah, I want to put it at 5. Let's put it at 5 for now. If it becomes a place to kill noobs, then let's actually say mid health regen. Regen buff for guild members. Since that one's so easy to get into, that doesn't sound like it would stop anything. I could always just say health regen debuff for death members. Let's go with that. But the playground area a bit more hostile to people who the game can be a bit less hostile for. Never mind, let's see. Life plus moon. 1.0 damage. Low health regen. I'm not really sure what that area is going to be. I can tell that this one's going to be jungle gym playground. That's what that area is going to be. I can tell that by now. But this is just going to be stats per area. Life and moon. Moon and death. But damage. No health regen. PvP rewards should go here. Death plus sun. 1.0 damage so far. Health sapping. Let's call it low health sapping. Let's see, PvP. It's at Sun Guild. Build. Get temporary sap and edge shield. Can't attack while shield. So shield attack drops to 0. Oh, while shield is up. So while there's nothing, so you can't hurt people, but you also can't be hurt. Also, you can't be hurt by the low health sapping, so that might be a good strategy at some point, but I'm not even sure what I'm gonna put there. Increase the damage, but I don't want life to have too much, especially since I'm not sure what goes there. But anywho. Okay. Let's see. We should have teams per... I feel like if you already know how to get through areas, it shouldn't be too hard to do it. And since you can go to one area and then reach another without having the BS mechanics, that should make it just fine. I already have some monster types, so I don't have to worry about those right now. puzzle ideas. Bucket Josh. Okay. So the idea is that each cardinal direction also has a mid direction that gives extra ideas per each. So there's a no man's land, there's a PvP area that should have extra rewards for killing people. I'm not sure if I should, like, maybe get some money in killing somebody. Maybe get some money for kill assist. There'd probably be a list of people that maybe be list last 3 people who attacked player. Like, just go down a list when taking damage, and you know, if that player's on it, you know, ignore it. But if not, add another player to the list. And when that person dies, that player, if they're in the server, gets money. That also means if you shoot someone from a long distance and then walk away for an hour but are still in the game and somehow they are too and they die from one other person or at least 2 other people, you get the money for it. For some reason. I don't know. I like broken game mechanics. Okay. Also, if they die randomly, you probably get money for it. Should probably have a determination between if a player killed you or if it's like, you got pity money. Or you got this person's will. I like that game mechanic, actually. I actually like that one. Have a different message if player dies from environment. Still give money. Give money for random things. I died a different way. Ooh, what if there was like equipment that if you died certain ways, you like do more damage? Like, let's say there's a scarf that causes you to explode upon death, but if you died in an environment, you just have a more massive blast radius. Also, that sounds OP because you can use it through walls. Okay, so houses. All houses are done. I can start building them. Okay, spawn towers by difficulty. Let's have theme, bright, cute colors. So not exactly, what's it called? Baby colors. But it's called that one. So maybe, not exactly bright primary colors. Maybe pastel. Pastel. If you do a good goal. Let's have like red, orange, yellow, cyan. Boom. Boom. Yeah. Actually, is cyan across the color wheel from it? I don't know. We'll find out. We're gonna say theme. What do they call those kind of colors? Like life colors, ground colors, earthy colors. So something like 3 shades of green and brown. There, boom. That's what it's gonna look like. The moon should be theme dark and disjointed. So this one should be like bricky. Let's see. Stone bricks, like dark grays. And then maybe 5 fallen dark grays. Torches, let's say torches, yeah. And, bookshelves! Everyone uses bookshelves. That's a thing. Boom. So pretty much, like, maybe yellow or cyan. Should have a hint of the sun being invoked in the moon, because the moon is a counterpart to the sun. Where you have casual gameplay, you have the more challenging but rewarding type. Is that kind of gameplay there. These are polar opposites, which is why life is about just playing and having fun, and when gameplay works and meshes correctly. Death is not that. Death is death. Is death. Say color, coded, OB, cycle, maze. Why not? That's challenging. That's Roblox challenging. Literally the definition of Roblox challenging. Boom. Trampolines. No. They does say that there's somebody still watching this right now. Do you think trampolines are a harder difficulty, or they're broken in Roblox? Because it could go either way. They do work eventually. Trampolines, but little skill required, right? Iron address. Because trampolines are already random with how much they bounce you. Because trampoline platforming is random. That might work. I'm not sure. Let's see, is this just for spawn towers? And because I know I'm going to be designing this a bit further, not just randomly making scout BS, death gauntlet. Also, if anyone's stealing this, please do so. I don't mind. Like, it's just a bunch of ideas. There's no importance to ideas unless you, like, implement them. So, yeah. Right. What was I saying again? Stealing ideas. In a maze. So I'm going to move the Pac-Man Wall Masters from a section at the start of the game to the Death Guild Gauntlet, just because it seems like it's a little bit too hard to put in the small space that I need it to right now. Which means I kind of need a bit more space for this, don't I? 256 should work. Currently, the spawn is about 64 by 64 at the moment, with about a 48-48 panel. 4 times that should give me the space to work with for each team. And then I can add the extra circle around it, because why not? Because things are going, destroying hitboxes. Also on rotating death traps. Cause why not have it be terrible? Rotating death traps never work. But okay, so because it has a theme, I feel like I'm doing a bit better with everything. Also, just so you know, what's Death's theme? Broken. Dev textures. Those weird Roblox studs. Textures. Missing walls. But are still solid. Zigzaggy. Climbing. That's how that's gonna work. So it's not gonna be like a linear climb. Jump here, circle. Let's have ladders. Let's also have also, as a way to try and discourage people from just walking from one space to another, like going to sun, then running to moon and doing the challenges there, I'm going to try and put like a cave in between each that makes sure that the hardest difficulty to get there is going to be what you need to do to get there. So, for instance, the Sun to Life cave is just going to be a mountain. You walk through, you shake some hands. Maybe there's a narrow bridge that's not really all that narrow. Which actually, this one's a fun one. Narrow ramps are connected. Boom! Instant speedrun 4 material right there. Actually, I could put it in that section too, couldn't I? And boom. Nice and done. Yeah, I have to learn Lua. I mean, it seems like it won't take too long to remember how to do Lua again, because I've done some coding in Roblox. It's just having to, you know, make sure everything works. Ladders, pathways, you can't fall down. Who needs a death floor when it's casual? Death floor when it's casual? Jump across turtles in a pond? That sounds fun. Sounds fun. No, I know which one it is. Jump across lily pads. Pads in a pond. Because that revokes Speedrun 3. Speedrun 3 reference. See? References. It's important to pull from your knowledge what you do know in order to create something. Ladders. Let's say chutes and ladders. Chutes and ladders. That sounds fun. Want to go down slippy slides? I don't know how they make slippy slides, but let's make slippy slides. Life. Just have, let's say, a flat section above death floor. Boom. Them's the basics. Basics. Maybe die tiered so you don't die instantly. Boom. Little harder than sun. What's the third one? Okay. Narrow head maze. I hate this. Why does it exist? I hate this so much. Narrow head maze. Okay. Also, all platforms on invisible platforms have to platform between. Because why not hate the player? Shelves. Critical effect. 93 shades, vines and ropes. Natural things. Why ropes? Because ropes seem more natural. Vines and natural things. Yeah, that'll be fine. So, most invisible narrow maze with jumps. That's basics of platforming. Basics of difficult platforming, you know? Okay. This one needs a, life needs another puzzle. You know what? Simple maze. Simple maze. Puzzle maze. Hear me out. Puzzle maze. So, certain switches open doors. A few seconds. Eh? That's cool. For several seconds. Boom, see? That's cool. There's 5 for that one. 4 for that one. 5 for that one. 5 for that one. So I feel like 5 challenges to start off the game. That might be useful. Open. Why? Maybe some jumping. Long doors. Corridors. Small damage. Damage penalty. Timer. Try that out. Okay. Now what's another nice, simple platforming puzzle? Maybe... maybe there'll be portals at the top. Think about it. But I don't know how to do like the game adjoining thing yet, so who knows? We'll see how much I can do with the first world, and maybe it'd be a good enough OB for everything. Okay, how about regular platforming section, that's the OB. Slamming walls puzzle. Oh wait, no. Each of these have 4 puzzles, don't they? And a theme, okay. So what should be a 4th puzzle for life? Moving platforms. Moving platforms. They stop at the end, and so you can jump. See? Thinking about the difficulty. Kind of want to add some extra moving platform jumps. This one. Yeah, I think in Moon and Death it should be instant death for most of the, you know, missing up the things, because they're supposed to be skill. You're supposed to feel like you went through a really challenging gauntlet. Which I guess is a bit difficult. I'll be fair. But yeah. Narrow head maze. I hate this. Why does it exist? I hate it so much. So yeah. So there's Pac-Man Wall Masters, but there's also something I wanted to add to speedrun for a while. Was falling speedrun challenges. Speed jump. It's just falling, but you have to rotate around a pillar. That I haven't seen that yet. That has been like, that's a staple TF2 jump. Staple TF2 jump. You just strafe and go to the left. But I haven't seen it in a speedrun yet. So I need to figure out how difficult that's going to be. So that's what I got for that gauntlet right now, mostly because this is just flavor text. Maybe, there's a spawn area. There we go. Let's see. Shred decoration in the corner cardinal directions. So we're gonna do sun and life. That's where the pond should be. Okay. Life and moon. That looks like a better pond location. This is gonna be say a playground. I have little raised grounds, little stuff there, and you can just swing back and forth, and all this fun little stuff. Maybe this playground itself will always spawn like one rained money on it. I have a few to pick up. Moon and Death. I have a forest area. Yeah. Oh, like tiny forest. And then Death and Sun. A mine. Mine. That would be tiny forest. That would be the mine. Mining area. Let's say crystals. Keep a good theme. Be magical. But, you know, also have there be dynamite blows you up. And so that'll be a good way to build up the little beginning play area for creating each of the, also here's an idea too. I was mentioning I don't want the colors to exactly be primary colors, but in contrast it'll be large blocks akin to, what's that type of block type? I'm gonna remember it in a few seconds. Like the large Legos. Those large Legos. I can't remember what they're called, but no. Those things. So yeah, those things happen. Still give money. Let's see. But that means the walls. Okay. Spawn area. Note. Walls must not allow for platforming to other areas. Because that's a high area, and high areas are usually a good area for people to platform to a different location. So in contrast, make higher walls. Make higher walls on walls. Boom. Done. And corn burners. It's like double the height, maybe. Maybe. Height. Height. Okay, let's see. There's also, here's a question. How many jumps to first rebirth? Would be 10 times. Okay, let's see. So each time it'd be another 10. No, I know. 20, very much each, plus it's 20 times 10, which equals. Okay, so that's just an unlock at level 10. Let's say you start at level 0. Why not? Let's say you start at level 0. I like level 0 starting points. Start at level 0. Okay. So you'll need to collect it 10 times, which is let's just do this simply. 1 plus 4 plus 8 plus 8. 9 plus, man, I feel like there's like an exclamation point I could use here. Things you learn in math, you know. 16 plus 25 plus 36 plus 49 plus, is it 49? It's 49. Okay, 64 plus 81. That's a large amount. If only there was a way I could just, I don't know, copy and paste this. In somewhere, and I get 485 jumps. That will be how much, yeah, it will cost to go up, you know, to that number. About 500 for the first amount of jumps. We'll have to see how many jumps you just make naturally and see if people can get there well or not. It still has a 1.5 per rebirth, so, you know, increase, because clearly the next one's plus 100. That's 10 times 10, and then you have 11 times 11, which I feel like is like 121? It's 11 times. Yeah, because then 12 is 144. And then you reach level 13, which is probably where the next rebirth is going to be, and you're already up 200 extra jumps. So, there's that. Boom. Also, I don't want extra money mechanics. I already have EXP and money, so, you know. If I want to add microtransactions later, it's going to have to be via money purchases and such, because, you know, that'd be rude. Rude to have two different types and just, like, differentiate between the two. But because of the unnatural way you gain money, I almost feel like I want you to keep money per rebirth. It just seems rude. Money per rebirth. Because money isn't gained naturally, kind of. It's gained, like, collecting-wise. And clearly there's going to be different types of money. And, you know, you can't collect them all. And I've just done nothing. Let's see. It's also 13, so you have to keep money each birth. Because you're going to want to rebirth a lot to get stat points. This allows me a way to wheedle in ascensions. So you can rebirth, but then you gain 2 jumps per jump, because that's OP, isn't it? Sacrifice money and inventory. And no, I know. Keep money each rebirth. Lose inventory. Is it inventory? That's why I want to keep money, because if you lose your inventory, that means you have to kind of manually pick it up again. And you have to be really cautious about what you spend per life. So like if you're, per se, you know, if you buy a really good sword and then you rebirth, you lose that really good sword. And not sure how much I like that. What it stops to is someone rebirthing and then killing everyone in spawn, which is kind of why I have that in there. You're supposed to feel vulnerable after a rebirth. So I want to add that in there. Oh, okay. Okay, I just thought of a devious trap. Guild details for difficulties. Monster ideas by difficulty. Here, let's see. Let's use pluses. Pluses. Offshoot. Death plus sun. Death plus sun. I have the most devious plan that exactly specifically says if you are ready to go to the sun area, or death area from sun. First being is literally just a fall. From sun, invisible fall. Invisible wall climb. That sounds devious, don't it? From death, it is a fall. Two invisible death traps to fall past. I'm gonna make it so it's just the edge of the width of a Roblox player, so I won't accidentally catch the people climbing up. Just far away enough so it won't, you know. Won't catch people climbing up. So if you are good enough from sun, you can climb to death. If you are good enough from death, it will take you a while to learn how to jump to sun. That's the point. Because death isn't supposed to be fair. Maybe. Oh, by the way, did I mention I have this really devious idea for a death trap between a noob location and an extremely pro location?
No.
Okay. Play sometime. But I don't want to shout, but maybe put a torch to tell bottom of each death trap is. Also, maybe have death be high poison. Yeah, that's devious, isn't it? That sort of describes the difference between how to make easy to hard and just take off. Might be only ways to cure poison level 3 is it a pricey potion, and it costs money. That's also an inventory slot. Maybe you can only buy it from death, or like moon or something. So like, it requires you to have rankings in different guilds. But someone's logging in, it should tell which preferred guild they are a part of. I guess maybe say completed guild should be 1 or 2. If it's 2, that means you spawn them there and set them as part of that team. And if it's 1, you don't. And if there's none that are 2, you know, you just make the one that you completed last become 2. Or maybe if there isn't any you've completed, you make that one too. So you spawn there then. Okay. Man, I have to use the bathroom. Oh my gosh, have we been streaming for 2 hours? When did that happen? Dang. Anywho, I thought I'd be doing animation, but right now I just made this design thing. Maze with various high walls and low ceilings. That sounds devious enough. Okay. Pillar. Boom. Don't know why they don't do that jump more. Then okay, yeah. Okay. However, the G2 thing in here. Yeah, just be rude. If you're trying to get from, you know, death to sun really quickly, that'd be extremely rude. But yeah, okay. Play footstools. Oh, but I have low health regen, don't I? Okay. Maybe I should have a PvP debuff. Isn't that like a shield mechanic in the spawn area? I think there might be. Not sure if that's per person or if it's per like high spawn shield. Let's say minute long spawn shield. Let's say it disables upon entering life. Moon and death towers. That's cool. Alright. So that'll make it just right. I'm going to do with all this information later, but for now, I have a good idea on how to build stuff. So that's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to be like, man, I'm going to like file open, figure out an animation I haven't worked on in a while. Just do like fire a pack of stuff and then oh yeah, I was supposed to. Did I ever make this one? View. Onion skin mode. Autoplay. Nope, I did not. Oh. Well, that's going to be a fun one. Because it's sort of just like in between poses of that. So that's an in-between pose. Those are both view autoplay. 12 frames per second. So what I'm saying here is this is an in-between frame. This is resting up here. And he takes a breath out there. And then lands there. Which is probably what I could do right about now. It's gonna be hard to see that one. Don't know why I did that one now. Let's not do that. Please don't do that. Okay. Idea is to have a little bit of a little bit like that. Crunch, push. Maybe it should be like not sure how far down this should go. Idea is like still have like this thing, but like rotate that slightly. Like that. Supposed to be crunch. That's just like, let's see, so to like that a bit. He kind of has Goku here. Like that maybe? Alright. So now I'm just going to add some, rotate it a little bit lower right there. And then kind of go like that a bit. Sorry, what? Ah, alright. I'm just gonna do a little squash here. Because you want it to be a little bit more. I think I kind of want to be almost the same frame. That's because I want the next frame to be like trying to spring it back up from that. And that's something that see, I'll just do something like that. Of course, that hand should be a little bit further down. Further down, but closer to the source material than what I have currently. So maybe like so. Kind of like that, I guess. And something like that, I guess. Or like that. So now we have... Whoops, I had a different color for all my animation. Good thing I can just project alpha, crank this up a ton, and then go back to 15. Add another frame right in there. Which will probably look to... Oh geez, it feels so different animating with a different color now. Like that. Oh, he has a smile on, doesn't he? Ah. It should be wide. So... do a little breath there. And then... just have 2 layers there. And then... there we go. I think that'll work. Okay. Because that is a little bit weirder, isn't it? Weird. But now I need to have the frame where the hair just like wiggles into position. This should be a little heavier, have that, you know, jiggle physics on it. Which means it should overlap with the other piece of hair. Be a little bit lower. Just nice like that. Okay, let's see. Now I want... let's just make that curve a little bit higher. Like he's sort of jittering his leg. And a little splash damage, and a little closer. A little pressure from that one. Have a little angle change there. So it's probably going to take some time to like ready itself up. So it should be a little bit higher, not too much. And then mostly the arm should be pretty much in place by now, but just a few inches away from it, really. Okay. Something like that, I guess. Hit view, autoplay. There we go. So I think I never added a frame right here. where it'll slowly fall into position. Should be a little bit of a closer, a little bit of a twist there. So he's breathing it in. Gonna do a little like breathy face beforehand. Maybe push it a little forward. Exaggerate the cheek a bit, maybe. That'd work. There shouldn't be that much of a change between the eyes. So let's see. It'll want to curve back in the direction it began in. So it should start leaning a bit. So that seems to be pretty much the direction this is going in, isn't it? I think that'll... like that, yeah. Okay. So it's gonna slowly lean in the same direction. Just a little bit. Get a little bit of... let's see, that one's right there. Clearly that should hang a little closer to that. Fill in the chest so I don't accidentally... should be like a little bit confused on where to go right about now. So there should be a little bit of anticipation of flowing in where it like starts bending up the shoe a bit. Maybe pointing it back a bit. Whereas this one's gonna start pointing a little closer to the ground. Straighten itself up for the bend. It's gonna make a more natural flow. That one might be looking to play a little loose with the rules. View autoplay. See that? A little more fluid. Something seems wrong. View. Why is it? Is it because it's stiff? Maybe. Maybe it was too close a resting frame. Yeah. You autoplay. Maybe. Set the other frames first. The two of them that I'm thinking about adding. It's the one between this one first. Okay, which is actually that the same one as that one? Yeah, okay. So bend the nose, whoop. Just like that. So it's gonna have a blink right about here. Wide mouth, because it's exhaling. Boom. Like that, maybe? There we go. Someone fall asleep on the stream? That's fine. Could be me accidentally watching. Oh, I thought I wasn't. Oh well. Let's get some, so let's make sure that's pulled up to the top in case the stream wigs out. So it's gonna be trying to go up here, continuing to follow there. So it's gonna try and follow a bit more from that one. It's going to tilt a bit more that way because his head's also tilting. Make sure that has a little bit of volume to it so I don't accidentally make it seem like he just sort of crushed his back of his skull for no apparent reason. And okay, so make it a little bouncy because I'm all for the cartoony style. So, okay, so this one's going to be bent a little bit harder. Maybe that. Go like that. But I knew how much I needed somebody and help me this way. No, we will never be the two of us. So, let's make sure the hand goes down a bit too. Close but not no cigar, they say. Okay, and then the second one. Just no hand. Okay, there's a bit of a hand there. So I can put that there. Still seem like it's trying really hard, even though it hits the bottom of the arc pretty much. Yeah, okay. Let's try to make that one. Tilt the foot a bit. It's trying to off balance itself, and then we add another frame right there. Add a second in between frame. Gonna put a and then I'm going to make a little smile like right there. Maybe a little shorter smile. Okay, cool. The hair, though it's lower, should also follow through. Almost as much as the hair does. But make sure the second string of hair also follows through. Put it closer to the green, because that's the current in between I'm doing right now. Do a little curve there, and then did I leave the stream on somewhere? Weird. Anyhow, but you want to scroll up, not down. And we're gonna just tap it back here. Okay. Have it go like that, I guess. And follow through here. I almost make the hands pretty much in the exact same positions as they are when animation's over. Okay. Which means that this frame would be almost there. That's how it shows its bracing a bit. Have outside of this frame. Okay. Have this leg go up a little bit higher. So if he's tilting the foot back, just like that. Alright. Okay, so if I hit view, autoplay. That doesn't seem to be too jerky, does it? Do. Add one frame here, where I'll just like nose down then. Put a little extra time there. This would be the part where he goes to puff out. Puff, 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 I'm a Kirby. How does he look like? Straight across. Okay, so try and hang around the same spot. Predecessor. Bup, bup. It'll start to travel a bit towards that one, but kind of at an arc. Not really what you can do with that goofy hairstyle. But, okay, so put a... Oh, hey there. Tool breaking. Okay, so do a little bit like that. It's just gonna be a little bit of a rest frame. As not really sure what to do with itself, says the scarf. It's gonna take a little bit of anticipation frame here to try and do that, whereas this one is gonna try and put a little bit more effort into the putting down the foot. Don't have to be anymore. Okay, so there's a second one there. View autoplay. Let's see if I did the arcs right. Not quite. think it needs to be a little bit closer. Okay, let's... Maybe the mouth could also move up. The nose could be tilted a bit more. Be a little bit trying to gain back that lost ground. Maybe put her a little closer there. Like so. Let's try and clean this up. Okay. Oh, that's why also. I didn't hug that enough there. Whoopsie! View autoplay. Wait a minute. Let me get this right. From the spring here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The spring here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No wonder! I've been trying to make something that doesn't exist happen. What's happening, I think, is that the spring here... Hey, look, there's another frame here. I knew it. Something's off. So it doesn't look too terrible. After I had the frame that was supposed to be there a long, long time ago. Okay. Is that how that frame looked? Yeah, about so. It's pretty much a similar frame. But, also, what's the mouth look like? Okay, so. Is that what it's supposed to be? Oh, I see. So it does a bit of a curve, less of a mouth. So something like that. I'm gonna put it a little bit to the right here so there's a little bit of an arc. Arcs are important. They for some reason make things look more lively. So, whoop, where so I hit view autoplay. Yeah, okay. I think it's the same. Yeah, okay. Well, that one says that. I'm gonna keep it like that. So the hands are kind of close to each other. But add a curve shows that. Okay. It's gotta stay close though. Can't just skip half of it. Yeah, okay, I'll have to do. Pull it in a bit more there. That's okay, so I'm just gonna, in between that one. That one's just a random in between. Whoa. I don't know how to deal with that one. We'll find out, I guess. Hit view autoplay now. Boom. Cool. Alright, let's fill that up so everyone can see it. So I'm not just... Ain't that a little lively? Let's put it at 24 frames per second. Do it. Boom. Sure need a couple more in-betweens. Get it looking like it could work in 24 frames per second. Doesn't actually go fast for 30 frames per second. Ha! But hey. That'll be fun. Look at that. That's a nice animation. Makes me feel like I did something else other than just create stuff. So, thanks everyone who watched. Might have been just me for Flare. I have no idea. But thanks everybody who did you watching. And if I don't see you again, have a good life. Bye bye.